and only. D-Wade, yo, D-Wade, what's up, baby?
Hey, yo, Joe, I'm trying to get in, man. I ain't savvy like that. I've been trying to get in for 5 minutes.
Yo, D, let me tell you something. As long as you gave me your word, I knew you was trying to do something. I said, shout out to Amada. She's on the check-in. Yo, everybody's on the check-in, D-Wade. Yo, let me tell you something. First of all, that wine is hitting.
Thank you, brother.
D-Wade wine.
Thank you.
I had to fight to get that.
No, listen, once the word got back to me, it was nothing. It just took a little while, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Sean Pecos, our brother.
Yeah, my guy Pecos.
What you got going with Pecos? Tell the people, because Pecos, y'all might know him from Rockefeller, being around the industry for 20, 30 years. I know you got a new business deal with Pecos.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, man. First of all, Pecos he's a real dude. You know what I mean? Like, you come across a lot of people in this industry, but when you come across a real one, you take note of that. So, you know, I met Pecos, you know, through my wife, and we sparked up our own relationship, you know, once we met, and I just clocked that he was a real dude. So when I got an opportunity, and he also too was looking for something new after leaving Rock Nation, I got an opportunity. There we go. There we go.
You know I got you, bro.
Know what it is.
Don't play with me. You know I know.
Know it is. But so when we got an opportunity, man, I got an opportunity to create a business with CAA. I went to CAA, who has been repping me since 2008. And I went to them and I wanted to start a business that really focused on the minority community of Black and brown people. You know, I love CAA, but I also understood that it wasn't a lot of Black people that had any position of power or even a voice in certain areas. And so in the marketing area that I come from, the brand and marketing, entertainment, sports area, I wanted to be able to start a company that could really focus on really speaking the voices of Black and brown people. So I reached out to Pecos when I wanted to start this company, and I asked Pecos would he be a part of it, because I know Pecos is one of them dudes, man, that, you know, when he talk, you know, people listen, they respect what he has to say.
He's crazy, but he works, and he gets the job done. He's our brother, and he's fun and all that, but the man earned every inch, every piece of sweat he got. Yeah,
brother. Yeah, man. He's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? If you're around him, you know how it is. Y'all look alike. You know, people think you him.
Well, let me tell you, that boy look like me, Wade. Erica Ford, what's up? Keeping the peace in the streets. Now, listen, D-Wade, let me ask you something, because you said that. You was Team Brand Jordan. We seen the commercials with you flying in the air. You know, big billboards in Miami.
I know where you're going, too.
Huh?
I know where you're going with this.
What happened between you and Brand Jordan? Because, and you know, that's my family.
Yeah.
But, you know, why did you move on from Brand Jordan?
Yeah, well, nothing happened. You know what I mean? We had an amazing relationship, man. Once again, shout out to Brand Jordan. You know what I mean? What Michael Jordan has built, what he has created, I mean, that just continues to give me and other guys just the vision to what, you know, what to shoot for. And he gave us a blueprint. So shout out to them, man, what they're doing. For me, Joe, I had an opportunity. You know, I'm a 30-year-old athlete. I know how it goes. We can't play this game forever. I had an amazing opportunity to build my own brand in China, which was obviously a huge market for the NBA, a pretty good market for myself individually. So I took that opportunity to do what Mike is doing. And I said, well, Mike doing it. He gave me the blueprint. Then let me go ahead and take something from this blueprint and try to do my own thing. So that's what I did, man.
Wow, that's pretty powerful, bro. Let me ask you a question, though. I try to sneak in your house and get all them old Jordan PEs, and you told me there was no more. You got rid of them, yo. D-Wade. Yo, these sneaker collectors must want to die. You don't call me the other day, PJ Tucker said, yo, you ever had a pair of D-Wade Jordan PEs? And I was like,
hit me.
No, the man, I went to your house.
PJ hit me. Look, PJ hit me and said, yo, I guess someone was trying to sell him one of my sneaks. It was a sneak they made for me to go when I went back to Chicago the first time I was signing with Jordan. One game. and someone had it, and they were trying to sell it to him, and he wanted to make sure it was real because it was expensive.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big sneaker collector like me too. Where can we find your sneakers for sale? Where can we buy your sneakers at?
Which ones you talking about? My sneakers, my
sneakers. The Chinese, yours. Yeah,
yeah, my website, wayofwade.com. But the name of my brand is Way of Wade. It's crazy how I got to that point, but it's Way of Wade. So it's wayofwade.com, man. That's where people can go on and find my products.
You collaborated with Rick Ross. Rick Ross got a shoe with you?
Yeah, man. I did a collection with Rick Ross, man. It was dope. We did 2 sneakers. They sold out. You will not find them on the website. They sold out quick. We also got a partnership with Amazon. People can go on Amazon and find some of my stuff as well, man. So we out there.
Yeah,
we working.
And not for nothing, we're going to be all over the place, right? Because I had a scheduled questions. You know this is the biggest show in the game, D-Wade. I don't know if
bro, I know. It was hard for me to get on. I want everybody to know that. I've been knowing Joe for about 16 years now.
Show, Wade.
And it was hard for me to get in.
They call me Joprah Winfrey. Did he call me Joprah?
Joe, listen, I'm gonna tell you something, Joe. The Miami Heat are in a closeout game right now, and I'm on live with you. That's how important you are.
Yeah, well, I can tell you right now, Miami's up 59-56.
I got the TV right here. Don't you know? I'm watching.
Yo, D-Wade. So I go, so damn, I lost my train of thought what I was gonna. Oh, so Rick Ross, what made you want to rap? Was that something you always wanted to do?
Well, first of all, you know how it is, Joe. Athletes want to do everything but what they do. But
I would have never. If they would have been like, Joe, $1 billion, do you think Wade would ever make a rap song? I'd have been like, nah.
It's your fault, Joe. You put me on the stage. You the one who put me on the stage early on and leaned back on him in Miami. That's your fault.
Yo, let me tell you something, D-Wade. And let me tell you something, D-Wade. There was a lot of people in your retirement party. And I just told little Kim this like 2 weeks ago when she was on the show. She did a big dinner for Biggie, like a big, beautiful, and she said some beautiful words about me. And you had Pat Riley, you had a whole bunch of basketball. The whole world was in there. And you looked at me and you told a story about when you first came in the league and you was a rookie. And you said we used to sneak you in the club, Terror Squad, and you would be on stage with us wearing the big TS chain.
Thanks.
I mean, but it hit different. Like, so I'm there to celebrate you. And when you said that, I said, man, how humble could D-Wade be to just acknowledge something like that 20 years later?
Man, listen, because I know it's bigger than me. You know what I mean? Like this, everything I accomplished in basketball, everything I accomplished in Miami, everything is bigger than me. It's so many people that are a part of lifting you up and helping keep you there. So, you know, I mean, I'm looking around the room and I ain't had no speech prepared. I just was acknowledging people who came out to show me love and supported me, and I have been doing that my entire career. And what I wanted to make sure, Joe, that I did that I said that about you is because that was before I was D-Wade. It was before I was this cool dude where it was Wade County. You know what I mean? Y'all saw a young boy out there. I was out there with my boys. I didn't know the streets and nothing like that. And y'all took me in. You know, no one knew me in the streets. And y'all took me in and made me feel like I had a family. Every night, every time I went out to the club, I saw Terror Squad in the club. It was always love, and it was like, we got you. So I appreciated that protection and I appreciated that love. But I also want to let them know you brought me on the stage now. It was Lean Back was hot. Lean Back was hot. Now you brought me. We was up there like you know.
D-Wade, you said in the retirement party. Said I don't know if y'all was around when Lean Back was around. That joint was playing every second, and I was up on that stage leaning back,
rocking it, rocking. Man. Bro, it was. Listen, I don't even know if you can understand what that meant to me and what that still means to me, dog. Like I'm a kid from the inner city of Chicago. I come from nothing. I come from lower than the dirt. And to be able to, in a short, I'm 21 years old, I get drafted to Miami, man, I don't know nothing. You know, all I know is, you know, the hood. And then I start experiencing things. And that was one of the dopest things for me and my guys to experience, man. It was something small for you, but it was huge for me.
Thank God. You know, you talked about Chicago, and we know you're the nicest guy in the world, but what was it like growing up in Chicago? How tough was it for you and your family growing up in Chicago?
Yeah, it was tough, man. You know, but that's what you know. You know, growing up, I was like, I tell people, like, even my wife, I said, you know, when you think someone said that they was poor, you know, you have everyone have their own thoughts of what poor is. And then once I really explained to my wife, no, this is how poor we really were. She looked at me like, dang, I didn't know who I married. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I come from nothing. And you know, that tagline, people say I'm not supposed to be here. Yeah, I am supposed to be here, but nobody would have said I would ever be here. You know what I mean? And like I worked my ass off to get here. But, you know, growing up I grew up on 59th and Prairie, south side of Chicago, with my mother. My mother went to jail when I was 9 years old, and I moved with my father, and I lived in this small suburban area called Robbins, Illinois. We call it Mudville. And that's my life, man. My mom was in prison most of my childhood. You know, my dad was, you know, he tried to put the ball in my hand. He wanted one of his kids to change the way that the family was going. Was your
father making sure you was practicing? Was he one of those dads?
He was my coach. He was my coach. It was terrible. Yo, it was terrible with your father being your coach, and they need you because you poor. You know what I'm saying? They put that pressure on you.
I'll tell you one thing, D-Wade. I know Pops. He don't look like he's your Pops. He's your Pops.
Like my brother. He like my brother.
That boy fly as hell, man.
Yeah,
he
Pops
don't look
fly.
like he don't look old enough to be D-Wade's Pops. Like this guy Billy D. Williams floating around. You know, and I know your mom's, and she's so cool. You know, I got to sit with her your last game.
Yeah.
And I hung out with your mom's. It was like a surreal moment. And she was like, I can't believe this. And me and your moms was just talking like, and I was like, how proud of you? And me asking her was almost like asking my mother. Because, you know, I don't get to ask my mother, Ma, how you really feel about your son being famous and being Fat Joe and takes care of you. So I'm hustling your moms for the answers that my moms would give.
Right.
Like, man, how do you feel right now? They're cheering for Dwayne right now. Everybody's going like, and she was just telling me how proud she was of you. And that was like a surreal moment for me.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
She preaches now, right?
My mom's a pastor. She's been pastoring for probably at least 12 years now. You know, like I said, 9 years old, my mom's in prison in and out until I get drafted into the NBA pretty much at 21. So, but, you know, our relationship didn't stop because of that. We had a great relationship even when she was behind what she called the walls. You know, we wrote to each other all the time when people still, you know, wrote letters. We wrote letters to each other all the time. And she was my inspiration, you know. So I'm thankful for my journey. I celebrate my journey now, and I don't look at it as a bad thing anymore. I look at it as a celebration because without it, I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't be you. And I believe God puts us all through different journeys in life to be us. Like, you know, we go through stuff, and some people go, why me? But it prepares you for the next step in life, you know. And something I always wanted to get a real answer to. This might be a Joprah moment. Here on this show, it's called a Joprah moment when we hear something we never heard before.
A Joprah?
A Joprah.
Joprah, like Oprah. Okay, a Joprah.
This is a Joprah moment. Something nobody has ever heard before. I want you to be honest, really honest with me. Not politically, not interview, not my brother.
I'm drinking, so, you know, I'm going to be honest. Let's go.
Did you, Chris, and LeBron, did you know before he announced, when he said, I'm going to South Beach and everybody acted surprised, did you know already he was coming to 305?
Well, so let me tell you what went down. This is my perspective and my story. So to answer your question, yes and no, and I'm gonna tell you why. So we all decided to play together, and I talk about this. I talk about this in my documentary. We all decided to play together on July 4th, right? We all got on the phone and said we're gonna do this together. Mm-hmm. Now, you can't sign until July, I think 8th or something like that. So we all go off and be with our families for July 4th. I reach out to Brian like July 6th, don't hear from him. Reach out to him 7th, don't hear from him. Reach out to him the 8th, don't hear from him. So now I'm like, oh, my man got cold feet. You know,
somebody talked him out of it.
You know, I couldn't. He wouldn't even hit me back.
Something. If LeBron would have said, "We going to New York," would you have gone to New York with him to play? You, him, and Chris, or Toronto?
Well, we thought about it. Well, Toronto wasn't a player at that time, but New York was a player. Well, now it's Brooklyn, but New Jersey was a player, and the Chicago Bulls was a player. Right, and when I say that to say those are the teams that Brian and I were looking at together, and Chris. So they couldn't. No other team but the Miami Heat can get 3 of us. First of all, everybody else can get 2 of you. So they can get LeBron and Chris, or they can get LeBron and me. Whoever it was LeBron and somebody. And we had meetings with the Knicks because it was a possibility that we were thinking of going there, but. It didn't happen.
So what was your perception of meeting with the Knicks? Because you know I'm a big time Knicks fan. Honestly, what was your perception? Why did you say, you know what? Nah, we keeping it down here. What turned you off about the presentation?
Well, so we know what New York is, and we know what New York can bring, right? For all of us. We all knew that if you want to be a billionaire one day, we make this move and we go to New York. We can get there quick, right? What we do away from the game can be huge if we decide to take our talents over to New York. But we basketball players, and we wanted to be in a great basketball situation. New York didn't have a great basketball situation, even though you say, "Oh, y'all two come over to everybody coming." At that time, when we were looking at the roster, when we were looking at the team, when we were looking at what they can do, they couldn't do anything. And us coming there, we probably would have put handcuffs on the organization for a while. It was going to take us time to even win. So the decision was bigger than just, okay, me and Brian can go to New York and maybe and play with nobody. Nobody. And Mike D'Antoni was a coach. We love Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni coached us in the Olympic team. So that's why we both were looking at it. And I'm not speaking for Brian. I'm speaking for myself. That's why we both were looking there. But when it all came down to it, they just wasn't ready for us basketball-wise. Off the court, man, it was amazing. And what we could eventually build, but we wanted to do it right away, and we didn't have time to wait. And Miami was ready to do it right away.
It was a lot of pressure. You know, if y'all put this big 3 together, or you and LeBron, you had to win. Like you
right away.
Nobody wanted to hear no stories about see you next year. Let's recruit. Let's wait on the draft. Like, yo, we want the wins.
And then too, also let me mention this. And then Chris Bosh, the fact that they couldn't bring Chris Bosh in as well. You know, once we realized that for us to be great, it couldn't just be us two. We needed the talents of Chris Bosh, and where he was a perfect, person in between us. He was a perfect option that could be 1B, he could be 1C, or some nights he could be 1A. Right? He could do it all. So we needed him, and the Knicks couldn't get him.
You know, I was at all them games. Y'all don't win them chips without Chris Bosh.
Bro, people don't give Chris Bosh his credit.
No.
Like, people do not give Chris Bosh his credit.
You know Dre from Cool and Dre's your #1 fan.
That's my brother.
Y'all don't win them chips without Chris Bosh. I'm being honest. I watched those games with microscope.
Listen, one thing I'm gonna say about you, Joe, and I can't say this about everybody, but we sat down in my house. We've had conversations about basketball back and forth. You know the game.
Oh yeah.
You know the game, so I'm gonna respect what you say about the game because I know you know it because we had arguments back and forth about the game. And your arguments.
No. Y'all was great to y'all. You had that extra little piece there that wasn't no little piece. You know what I mean? Like Chris Bosh, and the atmosphere. I can tell you because. I was in the outside looking in. Bro, that arena felt like Live nightclub every game.
Turn
Jesus
up.
Lord.
Turn up.
Never. I've been to Lakers. I've been New York, wherever you want to name. I have never seen or felt what I was feeling in that stadium when y'all were playing together. It was a different type of electricity in there.
Yeah. Bro, that was a moment in time. That 4 years with the big 3, That's a moment in time that will never be recreated again. That moment. Never. Now, there's going to be some other dope things created, but it will never be recreated.
It ain't going to be as fly as that.
Not as that. That's, man,
it
that
ain't
was,
going to be as fly as that. Everybody
in Miami?
white. Your man going dose. Needle toes. Like, you got Gloria Stefan's husband playing the congos. This shit was off the chain. They even built the nightclub in the stadium.
Shout out to Hyde. They built the nightclub in there. Shout out to Hyde.
Yo, let me ask you something. Is Hyde a big seller of the D-Wade wine?
No, they don't even think they sell my. I don't even think they sell my wine. I don't think they sell my wine at Hyde.
Tell you something, that's your team, man.
Look, I'm thinking now. I'm like, wait, man, dude, no, you know what? We did something for it. We did something with them. I think we did something with them. Yeah. But yeah, man. Let me go back to this real quick, Joe. Let me go back to this real quick because you mentioned I got to go back to Dre from Cool and Dre, my guy. That is my brother. Listen, when I talk about Fat Joe, I talk about Dre. Like, these dudes right here made me. I'm family, and they made me feel like family. They took care of me. Dre put my name in a song, the first artist to put my name in a song. Listen.
Yo, he won't stop putting your name in songs.
That's like, my brother, man.
You know, I'm a Knicks fan. I always loved you, Shaq, and always supported Miami Heat, but I'm a diehard Knicks fan. You know that. And I used to be in that studio every night getting roasted, killed, murdered by all these Miami. Shout out to Joe Hound, all of them, the whole epidemic crew. They was killing me every night. And your son, right? Your son is becoming a star himself out there in Cali on that team. And my daughter's 14. You know, she went to school with him, but every little kid I know your son, LeBron's son. They know, like, the hype is. Yo, they're like NBA players in high school.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. They're following, man. You know, it's the social media era, bro. They followings is bananas. You know what I mean? When you got kids that's that young having over millions of followers, you know, it's next level. So yeah, my son played on one of the dopest high school teams ever, and unfortunately for him, he got hurt this year and he couldn't be a big part of it like he wanted to. But all that's done is motivate that kid, man, which I'm glad. But yeah, man, for Brian and I to be able to have our kids play together, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully that's just the first time. Hopefully they have many more opportunities in life. But that was dope, man. As black parents, as fathers, to be able to say, we want our kids to go here and they're gonna be one of the biggest, you know, teams ever in high school sports because of the name and the aura that comes with the James and the Wade family name. And then you add the killers that was on their team, the Brandon Bostons, the Zaire Williams, like these dudes gonna be in the NBA in no time. Amari Bailey, young kid, will be in the pros. So they got so many pros on that team, man. It was an honor for, you know, us to be associated with it.
It felt like the big three all over again.
Bro, it was crazy.
I'm watching.
Bro, they were selling out NBA arenas.
Yo, you got Kim Kardashian in the sideline and shit crazy. Like, I'm looking at this, I say, yo, it's happening again.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm gonna tell you something. I watched your son for many years while you played for the Heat, and he's always proud and happy of his father. But there was always a look in his eye of, I'm gonna do this one day in a major way. And I don't care if he was getting you the ball while you was shooting. I don't care. It was always a look, you know, of happiness for you, but that he knew inside, I'm going to do this too.
Yeah, he loved it. Like, he's loved it since he started being able to grab things. One of the first things he grabbed was a basketball, you know what I mean? And I didn't have to force it on him. I think what I love about his journey is, you would think that because, you know, I beat the odds in a sense, and we have a brand and we have a name, that it would be easy for him. But it hasn't been. He's not one of the top players in the world right now. And the kid has talent. He's had a lot of injuries. He hasn't been exposed the way that he may have wanted to be, but it's made him hungry. So for me as a father, I love that he has his own journey and path. Even though we can reach out and say, hey, can we get a trial? Can we do this? Can we do that? Quickly, he understands that it's not going to be given to him. And so now his work ethic this summer has went to a level that, man, as a father, I'm just proud because whatever he does now, whatever he decide to do, I know he gonna have that work ethic when he want to be great at something. So man, I'm so proud of that kid. And he don't even know it. You know what I mean? I'm so proud of him. He don't have to play basketball another day in his life, but man, he's a great kid. He has his own business at the age of 18. I mean, he's a great, to be able to say one day the legacy is gonna be passed down to him. He's gonna take care of his family, man. That is,
He gonna do
lucky.
it, yo, D. He gonna do it. I seen it in his eyes many years ago. He gonna do it. He gonna do
it, and he gonna do it better than I ever could.
Yeah. He gonna. I'm telling you, I watched him so many times, just watching you and watching and just observing and studying on another scientific level. How that kid be looking at you and all that, and he's just like, all right, I'm gonna do, but humble. I'm gonna do this. Now, we grew up, like you said, Southside Chicago. I grew up the Bronx. Very, I don't know if the right word is homophobic, or we have family members that are gay and nobody want to admit it, or nobody wanted this and that. To touch just the lightest, because this is Joprah, right? You my brother, you stop me right now, but you know, Zaya, you know, what was that like for you to embrace it and support your daughter like that? You know what I mean? Because what was that for you? Because, you know, you D-Wade, you know?
Yeah, for sure, man. You know what? Like, I go back to being a father and having kids, right? So being a young father, when I had Zaire, he was a boy. Of course, I want him to play basketball. That's what we do. Put that ball in his hand. Let's go, right? And once he loved it, it was easy. Then I have Zaire a couple years later, and to do the same thing. I want him to play basketball. Let's go. Put that ball in your hand. Let's go. And as I got older, as I started to be a parent, I started to love my kids unconditionally. I started to sit back and realize that Zaya did not want to play basketball, did not want to play baseball, did not want to do none of those things. And we were forcing it on her. And so I sat back and I watched. And when Zaya was about 3 years old, she was about 3 years old, me and my wife had a conversation about the possibility of her coming home one day saying that she was gay. And at that time, I didn't know if I was ready for it, because I have never experienced what I've known of. I have never been around anyone that has been openly gay, or that has been in my family or close to me. So I didn't know how to really respond.
With that.
I didn't know how to deal with
it. You dunking on 7-footers, you tough, you D-Wade, to deal with that issue. It's got to be hard.
You know what? But what happened was, though, Fat, what happened? I went to my room and I looked in the mirror and I looked at myself, and I said that if she does come home and say that she is gay, what are you going to do? Right? We talk about, as parents, we talk about this word called unconditional love. We talk about we would do anything for our kids, right?
Unconditional
love. And we say we would do anything for our kids. So I had to go look myself in the face. And I had to ask myself that question. What are you going to do, bro? Right? So then I had to start listening different. I had to start educating myself on a possibility. Not before I knew, but we felt it. So when she came at 9 years old and said, Dad, this is what I am, I was prepared for it. I was ready for it. And I was already educating other people on why we should not say these words, and why we should not deem or look down on someone because they're not like us. Right? Just like us. And so, man, it was easy for me by the time she came out and said, and now the hardest part about this whole thing is that we're public figures. And being a public figure means that people are going to take shots at you all the time. You could take shots at me all day, but when you take shots at my family, now I got a problem. But I was allowing the public figure part of me as a father not post my child, because I didn't want the comments to be talking about my kid. And then I got to a point where I said, once again, it's about you. It's not about her. You show love to your kids. Don't X her out because of some comments of what people are going to say, right? Because a lot of people out here in the comments, they're uneducated on life. They're in this bubble of life of this is what you've been taught.
My oldest son is autistic, nonverbal, can't walk. And for a long time, I've always been proud of my kid. We raised him. He's happiest in the world. Joey.
Yeah.
But I was scared to throw Joey up on social media because I know there's cruel and there's bad people out there that would take shots at Joey. And so, you know, when I finally did it one day, it was like, oh my God, we all got autistic kids. We all got autistic kids in our family. Thank you, Joe, for embracing this. I know how tough it is.
100.
So, you know, when you started it, I believe the word was unconditional love. And what everyone needs to ask themselves is, do you truly have unconditional love for your kids no matter what?
Or is it conditional? Or is it conditional? Is your love for your kids conditional? Because you talk like it ain't. And mine, for everybody out there that got comments to say, mine is unconditional. So that means I'm going to ride for mine. And I'm going to support mine, whoever they are and wherever they go. We unconditional over here.
You prove that in a major way. You know what I'm saying? So, and as long as she's happy, you know what I'm saying, and your family is stable and everybody's happy. Gabrielle Union, my sister, you know, most women I know that are very powerful, they're single, because guys, for some reason, can't handle a strong Black woman like that to get money, get her own, let alone famous and beautiful. What is that like, being D-Wade and having a wife like Gabrielle Union?
Right. You know what? When we first started dating, it was hard. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Because once again, I've never been in that situation. I've never seen it before. Never seen anybody with those two big lives try to come together and make it work. And so it was hard to kind of juggle it for her and I, because my life was big in Miami. So she come to Miami, she gets swallowed up. I come to LA, I get swallowed up. So if your ego and your pride is in there, which we all have, it's going to hurt a little. It's going to take a little something. So, you know, I think ultimately, you know, we just decided that we liked each other enough. You know what I mean? We like being around each other enough that we would, you know, stick it out and figure it out. And we're not perfect, you know, by no stretch of the imagination, but we continue to figure out, we continue to figure it out and how to be. And ultimately for me, it's just about me. I just want to do as much as I can, once again, to support my wife. She had a career before I came around. She had a brand before I came around. She had friends before I came around. She drunk liquor before I came around. She did everything before I came around. So it's not my job to stop her or change her from that. I allow her to go through her own journey. You know what I mean? It's my job to support her, be there for her, do some of those things with her, because I didn't drink back in the day. I didn't smoke back, and I didn't do none of that, you know, when I was playing a game of basketball. So it's my job to now, okay, let me see your vibe. All right, let me see how I can be a part of that. You know what I'm saying?
know,
and vice versa.
I was shooting a video one day with J-Lo, and this is when Mark Anthony was with her. And Mark Anthony's the biggest Latino superstar in the universe.
Huge.
And the women love him. But I'm standing on this side of the camera with J-Lo. And I'm looking at the cameraman and the 100 guys, the police officers, the janitors, they all staring at J-Lo going,
how
like
they looking?
And for that moment, that moment I was like, yo, it gotta be hard to be Mark Anthony. Like, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Because every guy in there was giving their sexiest look at her, like, you know,
this. I'm about to change your life. I can do it.
Has that ever happened to you when you sit next to Gabrielle? You like, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen. People take their shots if you're around or you ain't around.
Oh.
Somebody, they may be their only chance getting a chance. Like somebody, it may be a kid that been talking to, not a kid, a man that's been seeing her since a kid and said, when I get the opportunity, when I see her, man, I'm shooting my shot. And I might have been there. He shot that shot. And I stepped back and let him shoot that shot. Because,
motherfucker went out the rim.
Nah, I ain't worried about it. One thing about me, I am I am a confident man. Okay?
Yeah, I'm the same way.
And if she decided to do that, good blessings to both of y'all. Because, you know you done fucked up, right?
Yo, D, let me tell you something. I'm going to let you shout out my sister, Gabrielle. You know, might as well just shout out our friend Skin by Tatum. Sometimes when I go to my skin doctor,
shout out to Tatum. Yeah,
Skin by Tatum. When I go there,
Tatum.
Gabrielle's up in there getting her natural, and I'm up in there, you know, getting my facial. And, I remember when I first seen her in there, she was like, "I knew it. This is where you've been getting your facial. The skin is good." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And let me tell you before I let you go, because I'm gonna let you see the ending of this game. Your top 5, and you ain't gotta say Fat Joe. Your top 5 rappers of all time.
My top 5 of all time. Is it in order or just period?
No, just 5. Dead or alive.
So, okay, one of them we're going to talk about, but here we go. Tupac, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, and this last one we got to talk about because some people may say he's not a rapper, but Drake.
Oh, no, he a rapper.
All right, Dan. So that's
He's
my
one
5.
of the greatest of all time. And you
All right, because I know people say, some people, we have arguments. Some people say, oh, he's an artist. We can't put him in the rap. You know, he's singing.
Yo, let me tell you something. That man's a phenom.
Oh, man, he's.
And it's nothing. He's a pop star, you know. He's a pop star.
He's a shout out to Khaled.
Shout out to Khaled.
DJ
He's a
Khaled.
pop star.
That's my brother.
Yo, let me tell you, that lineup is dangerous.
Yeah, what? Come on now.
Now I'm gonna go here with it, cause your brother Shaq was on here Friday. Your 5 of all time, your 5 greatest of all time, your basketball players.
Man, that's so hard, bro. That's so hard.
You gotta give me something. You gotta give me something that resembles.
Well, which way are we doing? Are we doing it by position or are we doing it just by players? Because it's different. Two different top 5s when you do that.
We got to do it by position because you can't give me, you know, what's easier for you? Is it by position or just 5?
None of them are easy. Like, I got my top favorite 5 of all time. Like, you know,
that's what I'm saying. What's your top favorite 5?
Well, see, okay, so my favorite top 5 is going to have my 3 favorite players right away. So it's going to be Jordan, Kobe, Iverson, because those are my favorite players. They made me.
But those are my top 5 too.
Right, but if I go by position, it may change. That's all I'm saying, for different reasons.
Jordan, Kobe, and Iverson. Who else would you add?
Shaq,
just give me your favorite.
LeBron.
I'm not going to do the position because you get nervous on me, man.
No, look, yeah, because it's a tough question to ask an athlete about that. You know what I mean? And not saying I don't have my opinions, because I do, but I got multiple top 5s. But this one
had a mean top 5, bro. Let me tell you something. Shaq had a mean top 5. You tell me. So you got 3. You got Iverson, Kobe.
Yeah, I got Iverson, Kobe, MJ, and LeBron and Shaq.
Who could beat that?
I mean, nobody.
Nobody. And let me tell you something. I don't care what they say. That boy Shaq was so dominant. Let me ask you something. When they traded Shaq, did you know they were going to trade Shaq?
Nope. I had no idea. Listen. They wasn't talking to me at the time like that in the front office. I was a rookie. I just came on my rookie season. They wasn't rapping to me like that.
You know what happened to me? Shout out my brother Engineer Drop. I walked in to Drop's studio where I used to record all the time over here in Brickell, and it was pitch dark. And usually I go there, we in there, and all I seen was a shadow of the biggest guy I ever seen in the world in there. It was dark.
He said it was dark.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought I was dead. Like I thought I had been murdered. Set up. Somebody's gonna eat me alive. I clicked the light on. It's Diesel. Shaq is sitting there. He said, "I came to tell you before you hear it from anybody else. They traded me to Phoenix." And I couldn't believe he came to tell me that, but I was just like, damn, like, yo, Shaq is such a big guy. Like,
he's huge, bro. Bro, he's huge because he's big that way. And, like, bro, he like 7'1", and then he like 3 something. He's a big dude, man. Oh yeah, but
so you didn't know they were trading them.
I didn't know they were trading him. I saw it on the ticker, just like a lot of people seen it. Miami Heat trade Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I mean? The Los Angeles Lakers trade, you know, Shaquille O'Neal to the Miami Heat, and now we go crazy.
Oh yeah,
We go crazy.
I was there
like
for
I was
that
sad
ticker
that I
tape
was
parade.
losing teammates. Yeah, like I was sad I was losing Karan Butler, Lamar. I'm like, you know, as a rookie, like those are my guys. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Jones and all those guys, like that I came in. But when I heard we was getting big fella, dog, all I was thinking about was I'm about to get me a championship. That's all I can think about.
You know, Miami is so blessed for being such a young franchise, winning all those chips with you. And now these guys, this is the biggest Cinderella story I ever seen in my life. These young boys, and your guy, that's your favorite guy, Jimmy Butler.
That's my brother.
In retirement. What's
That's
this
my brother.
relationship with you and Jimmy Butler?
Yeah, man. Well, Jimmy went to Marquette as well. Like he obviously after me, but you know, you keep your ties with your school. I knew Jimmy when he was still at Marquette. I mean, shout out to, we got 3 guys in this game right now. We got Wesley Matthews, Jimmy Butler, and Jay Crowder all from Marquette in this game right now. Shout out to Marquette. We represent. But Jimmy, man, Jimmy was the reason I went to Chicago as well. Jimmy was the main reason I went to Chicago. That's my brother. And so to be able to have him in Miami, man, doing what he's doing, it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
You know, I also know, and we'll end it like this, because I'm going to let you focus on the end of the game, but I know you had a special relationship with Kobe Bryant. What was that like? How did y'all bond so well like that?
Well, we bonded by being competitors. You know what I mean? Like, and anybody know anything about Kobe? Kobe don't respect you if you ain't got no heart from a basketball standpoint, right? He don't respect you. So once Kobe and I got into a couple rifts and we had certain games back and forth, and then we played on Olympics together, just like the way he worked, he started respecting me. You know what I'm saying? And so we built a relationship just built off, you know, competition and respect. And that relationship just kept growing, man. And, you know, I've never said like we were best friends, but, you know, he was somebody that I enjoyed and I loved having a relationship with. I felt like he respected me the same way I respected him. And it was always love. And it will forever be love. You know, our names will forever be linked together because no matter what, you can't talk about the top shooting guards of all time without mentioning Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade.
And that is a fact.
So, you know what I mean? That's my brother, man. And so I miss him just like everybody.
Kobe,
yeah, man.
I love you, my brother. You can finish watching the game. I took your time out in this historical moment because, I mean, what Miami's doing, nobody thought they would do that to the Greek, the Freak in Milwaukee. We know they had a fighting chance.
Yeah, man.
But it's pretty amazing.
Anything can happen in the bubble, baby.
Anything
bubble trouble. Anything can happen in the bubble.
You got to click off here, D-Wade.
Peace.
Peace, my brother. I love you, bro.
Love.